Alright, Rampage fans, we are live from Iceland Sports Complex in Louisville, Kentucky as Owensboro takes on the Louisville Ice Cards. This is our first time to play this team this year. This is a league game. Puck should drop here in just a second. Starting for Owensboro, we have Wilkins, Revels, Thomas Burke, Grayson McFarland, and Griffin Payne. In the goal, is that Jake? After the face-off, McFarland comes through, takes it all the way down, takes a shot, goes back behind the net. Yes, Jenny, I sound a lot better. However, I do have pneumonia, but I feel a lot better than I did. I've got lots of steroid, lots of antibiotics in me. Okay. Guess they called a icing on that. I'm gonna bring that to the other end. We switched out our lines. We have Whited, Baker, and Ratuzny on the ice now for Owensboro. Offense, we have Payne and McFarland still on D. Whited gets it up, sends it over to Baker for a shot, and it goes in. Beautiful assist from Eric Whited to Garrett Baker. Baker takes the first shot. Owensboro goes up 1-0 with 13:13 to go in the first period. All right, we have Burke, Couture, and Triplett on the ice for Owensboro now. Triplett takes it all the way down. Sends it up to Burke for a shot, and their goalie's able to stop that one. Okay, with 12:56 to go in the first period, Owensboro's already up 1-0. We now have Holder and Lindsay on D. Burke, Triplett, and Couture on the ice for Owensboro. Whoop. Puck goes up and out of the ice. We're going to drop the puck there again. 12:27 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 1-0. Looks like we have Revels, Wilkins, Thomas Burke, Lindsay, and Holder on D. And Jake Sisson in the goal. Lindsay goes back, takes the puck, sends it back around. Revels picks it up in the corner, sends it across ice to Thomas Burke, who gets it out of the zone. He sends it across ice to Wilkins. He tips it. It goes into the far corner on the offensive zone. Battling on the wall. And Ice Cards come up with it. Lindsay picks it up behind the ice, or behind the net. Sends it into the neutral zone. Wilkins tried to pick that one off, and he's still battling. That's it. Holder's there to kick it back into the corner. Whited picks it up. He gets it poked away, and Cards come up with it. Just into the cross ice. Baker's just in. He takes a shot, and the goalie drops and stops. 11:22 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 1-0. Alright, we have Payne and McFarland back in on D. Whited, Baker, and Ratusny on offense. Baker sends it over to McFarland. He knocks it around the wall. Whited picks it up on the far side. Baker sends it back to Whited. Just behind the net. Cards come up with it. Ratusny is able to intercept it. Baker takes a shot. And the goalie got lucky on that one. And he was able to stop it. Okay. 10:50 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 1-0. The triplet, Howard and Burke on the ice now. Triplet tries to get it around the front of the net. Knocks it along the wall to McFarland. Howard tries to, wasn't able to maintain control, but McFarland's there to pick it off again. Payne picks it up back on D. Whoops. McFarland gets it, sends it over to Payne. He lost it. Behind him, there he is. And then Triplet's got it on a run. We got a 3-on-2 here. Fast moving, Triplet. Oh! Lost his edge. Intercepted by McFarland. Keeps it in the zone, sends it across to Payne. Gets it poked away. Triplet's got one. 1-on-2. Thomas Burke, Nick Wilkins, George Triplet on the ice, Lindsay and McFarland on D. McFarland picks it up, sends it over to Revels, who just came in, to Triplet. Wilkins picks it up in the corner. We have Holder and Lindsay on D now. Lindsay to Revels. Revels gets it off in the offensive zone. Stops. Lindsay to Wilkins. Wilkins sends it up to Revels, who's dumps it. We're switching out our lines. We've got Baker, Ratusny, and Whited back in. Lindsay to Ratusny to Baker to Whited. We're in the corner now. Baker's going to pick it up behind the net. Send it in front of the net to Ratusny for a shot. And their goalie's able to trap that one. Okay, 7:34 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 1-0. Oh! Lindsay the holder. Holder to Whited. Baker picks it out. Gets it around the corner, sends it in front of the net to Tuesney. Tries to get a rebound and it goes in. And I think that one's off of Garrett Baker. Yes. So with 6:37 to go in the first period, Owensboro takes a 2-0 lead. We have Burke, Couture, and Howard back in on offense. Payne and McFarland on D. Howard to Burke, to Couture. Couture takes a shot, gets it deflected. Howard picks it up behind the net, sends it in front of the net again. And the Cards come up with it. And sending it around the wall. Payne's there to try to stop it. And the Cards come up with it. McFarland all the way, takes a shot, and he missed it. Lindsay's back in on D now. He picks it up, sends it over to McFarland, gets it out to Burke. Howard's there to stop it at the blue line, keep it in the zone. Calling offsides on Cards that time. We're going to drop the puck there. 4:52 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 2-0. Alright, we have Thomas Burke, Wilkins, Revels, Lindsay, and Holder on D. Puck comes back to Lindsay. Lindsay sends it out to Revels. Revels is able to dump it, get ahead of his man. Still fighting for it. Sends it towards the net. Burke tries to take a shot, gets it poked away. And here come the Cards. Holder stops it, sends it back up to Burke. Gets in the offensive zone. Wilkins going to chase it down into the corner. Send it towards the goal. Thomas Burke takes a shot, goes wide left. Here come the Cards again. Wilkins has got it again. Here's Baker in, Whited back in, Tuesday back in. Lindsay and Holder still on D. Baker's got it, sends it over to Tuesday, back across ice. Holder's going to pick this one up, sends it towards the net. That one goes out of the rink, so we're going to drop and stop and drop the puck again with 3:21 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 2-0. Lindsay takes a shot, goes just a little bit left of the post. Triplets back in. Howard is in. Couture is back in. Couture takes a shot just a little bit high. Holder's going to pick this one up back on D. Send it across ice. Triplet gets it. Gets around his man. Sends it over to Couture. And Couture takes a shot and it goes in. So both Couture scores. 2:38 to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 3-0. McFarland and Payne back in on D. Burke, Baker, Whited on the offensive side. The Owensboro rampage. All right. Burke, Baker to Burke. Takes a shot. Gildy was able to deflect that one. They send it back to Payne. Payne takes a shot. They try a deflection in. Oh, Burke almost had him at one. Comes back, McFarland stops it, brings it through the neutral zone, sends it over to Payne. Payne sends it back to McFarland. He sends it up to Baker. Cross ice to Burke. Burke gets in the offensive zone. Tries to send one up to Baker. Baker tries to get it back in front of the net. McFarland's there, picks it up. Whited knocks it behind the net. Burke's fighting in the corner. And the Cards come up with it and get it out of the zone. But Baker picks it up in the neutral zone. Round and round we go to Burke. Takes a shot. Bounces off the goalie. And we're switching out our lines here. We got Revels, Ratuzny, Wilkins, McFarland, and Payne on the ice now for Owensboro. Revels has got it. Oh!
Man, that was definitely a trip. That was a huge trip.
You tripped over the blue line.
Yeah. That blue line
That's what they're
jumped up
thinking.
and got
It
him,
did.
didn't it?
It looks a little raised over there.
Yeah. Man, even that blue line knew that.
All right, we're going to call an offside on that one. 35 seconds to go in the first period. Owensboro leads 3-0 over the Louisville Ice Cards. Okay, we have Lindsay and Holder back in on D. Howard, Triplet, and Thomas Burke on offense. Triplet gets it in the offensive zone. Little magic here. It's good seeing George play again. Missed him last weekend in South Bend. Lindsay stops it, kicks it over to Howard. Howard takes a shot. Comes back to Lindsay. Lindsay takes a shot. Just missed the post. And the Cards come up with it. Holder got it. He's able to dump it. Oh, and there's your buzzer. At the end of the first period, Owensboro leads 3-0 over the Louisville Ice Cards. While we were waiting for this game to start, right before this game here on the same ice was the Oldham County and Trinity game, which was a huge rivalry evidently up here. Oldham County beat Trinity 6-3. It was actually 4-3 late in the game, but they ended up winning 6-3. Trinity doesn't look like its usual team. Oldham County looks pretty solid. And then right after our game tonight, here on the same ice, Northern Kentucky will be playing a game against maybe St. X. Can't remember who it is they're playing. So tonight, in Louisville, the top 4 teams in the league all playing on the same ice. Different times. Yes, Lori, I feel much, much better than I did last week. Of course, a lot of drugs will do that for you. I still have pneumonia. I'm still fighting short breath and a little water in my lungs, but I feel much better. All right, we're going to drop the puck for the second period. We have Burke, Revels, and Howard on offense, Lindsay and Holder on D. And we still have Jake Sisson in the goal for the Owensboro Rampage. They send the puck all the way across ice to Holder. Holder sends it along the wall, and I think it was tipped, so that's not going to be an icing. Burke picks it up, tries to send it towards the net. Howard takes a shot, and the goalie stops it. 13:39 to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 3-0. Yeah, Lori, of course I had the flu all last week, but I had the CT test run yesterday, and it came back with pneumonia. So they put me on a bunch of steroids and some more antibiotics, and here I am. Lindsay to Burke, to Revel, or to Triplet. T. Burke sends it back into the corner. This we'll call him T. Burke and C. Burke. Baker's back out on the ice. Triplet and Couture with Lindsay and Holder on D. White is able to intercept one, send it up to Baker on a one-on-one. Tries to shove one in, and their goalie flops right on top of it and stops it. 12:15 to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 3-0. All right, we have Payne, McFarland coming back in on D. We have Wilkins, Revels, and Ratuzny. Wilkins picks it up, sends it towards Ratuzny, takes a shot. Oh, beautiful shot. Lucky stop by the goalie. Wilkins sends it to Revels. Revels flips it into the corner. Wilkins tries to send it back towards the middle of the net. Ratuzny picks it up. He's got it, sends it across ice. Payne couldn't keep it in the zone. He sends it back to McFarland. McFarland's going to set up again. He sends it across to Ratuzny, to Revels. Revels takes it up, sends it back to Ratuzny. Sends it up to Wilkins for shot, another shot. Couldn't get it in. McFarland stops it at the blue line. Sends it to Revels for a shot. Beautiful setup, but wasn't able to get it in. Ratuzny again into the corner. Sends one to the middle. McFarland's there. He picks it up. He sends it back into the corner. .56 to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 3-0 over the Louisville Ice Cards. All right. Payne picks it up. Brings it all the way out. We have Howard, Burke, and Thomas Burke. On the ice with Payne and McFarland on D. McFarland picks it up back on the defensive zone, takes behind the net. Gets on a run. Farland sends it to Burke. Burke takes a shot. Puck comes around the wall. Payne stops it, dumps it. Howard's able to knock it and dump it back behind the net. 9:55 to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 3-0. They get it out of the zone. Payne's there to knock it back up to Burke. Big Burke. Farland picks it up, sends it back to Kane Burke. Kane takes a shot, bounces off the goalie, or one of their players, excuse me. Farland takes a shot. Kane Burke takes a shot. McFarland's there to knock one. Goalie got lucky on that one. And they get it out of the zone. That's going to be an icing. Going to bring that back to the other end. With 9:16 to go in the second period, Owensboro leading 3-0. Switch out our lines again. We have Holder and Lindsay back in on D. We have Couture, Triplett, and Whitehead on offense. Holder gets it back on D, sends it up to Triplett, tried to deflect it in, wasn't able to, looked good though. Triplett picks another one up, sends it over to Couture. Couture sends it to Triplett, and he shoots and scores. Alright, I think that's on Triplett. That's an assist to Bo Couture. George Triplett scores. Owensboro takes a 4-0 lead with 8:51 to go in the second period. Way to go! We switch our lines again. We've got Retuzny, Revels, and Wilkins, Lindsay, and Holder. Retuzny gets it to Wilkins, sends it back to Retuzny to Wilkins. Rebels gets it, sends it back into the offensive zone, and they knock it back out. Holder picks it up, sends it over to Rebels. Rebels back to Wilkins. Sends it around back behind the net to Retuzny. Retuzny sends it back behind the net to Rebels. Wilkins picks it up. They flip it up and over. That's going to be an icing though. No, it didn't. It stopped before it got there. Holder picks it up, sends it to Rebels. Out to Retuzny. Baker picks it up, sends it to Burke, just wide of the post. Sends it back to Baker. Baker takes the shot. Lindsay stops it in the neutral zone. Lindsay to Burke, to Baker. Lindsay takes a shot, it's deflected. Burke takes a shot. And Baker's got to run out on his own here. And that goes in. Owensboro takes a 5-0 lead with 6:15 to go in the second period. And that last goal, Jenny, who was asking, I'm pretty sure that was George Triplett. who scored the previous goal. Of course, this one was Garrett Baker's goal. George scored the previous goal, right? George scored the previous goal. Yeah. Do what? George and Garrett's the only one scored, right? Bo got one. Couture? I'm not positive on that, Jenny. It may have been Bo. I think it was Bo and George. I know Couture both scored one goal early on. All right, we have Whited, Triplet, and Rutuzny on the ice with Payne and McFarland on D. McFarland's going to knock this one back into the neutral zone. George Triplet picks it up, gets in the offensive zone, does his magic as he usually does so well. And they're able to knock that one into the neutral zone. So George comes in and steals another one. Swarmsboro leads 6-0. All right, we have Thomas Burke, Nick Wilkins, Dalton Revels, Grayson McFarland, and Griffin Payne on the ice for Owensboro. Jake Cisna in the goal. McFarland's going to pick this one up, send it out towards Thomas Burke. It's just a little ahead of him. He tips it, goes into the corner. McFarland's there to stop it though. Send it around, get in front of the net, looking for somebody. He sends it behind the net to Dalton. Stops, turns, sends it back off to the other side to Wilkins. That's going to be an icing. Bring that one back. Drop the puck with 3:36 to go in the second period. Owensboro leading 6-0. That's what I'm pretty sure that's right.
I wanted to double check with Sandy.
Yeah. I can't keep track because
I could.
I'm just doing this. I was pretty sure Baker scored 3.
That was the one
So people trying to confirm for me, but evidently Triplet has 2, Baker has 3, Couture has 1, and somebody just scored. Who scored that one? Was that Bo?
I think so.
So Bo now has 2. So our seniors have accounted for 7 goals out of 7. All right, with 2:40 to go in the second period, Owensboro leads 7-0. All right, we switch things up just slightly here. We have Holder, Whited, and Howard on offense. Baker and Kane Burke on D. So Holder's playing forward now. Okay, a minute 40 seconds to go in the second period. Owensboro leads 7-0. Switch things up a bit that time. Now we have Triplet and Couture on D. Bertuzny, Howard, and Thomas Burke on offense. Oh, looks like we're going to get a penalty. Wow. Not been many penalties in this game at all. And that's going to be on the ice cards. Owensboro's going to be on a power play with 56 seconds to go in the second period. The clock is still running, so I think they're just going to run the clock out for the rest of the game. It's kind of getting ugly. And that's going to be 3 seconds to go. That's the end of the second period. Owensboro leads 7-0. With a minute and 20 seconds to go left in the power play when we drop the puck to the beginning of the third period. Here we go. Start of the third period. We have Lindsay on offense. Lindsay, Revels, Wilkins, and we have, Lindsay tried to poke one in. Baker and Kane Burke on defense. Lindsay, Revels, and Wilkins on offense. Baker shoots another one, goes in. Owensboro takes an 8-0 lead with 12:30 to go in the game. All right, let's see what we're going to do this time. We're just switching things up. We got Griffin Payne, Eric Whited, and Elijah Howard on offense. And we have, looks like Beau Couture and George Triplett on D. Griffin gets it out to Eric Whited in the offensive zone. Cards there, they send it towards the net. Griffin's going to pick it up on the wall. Send it up to Howard. And they get it out of the zone. Couture picks it up in the neutral zone. Kind of toying with these kids, looks like. Whited picks it up. Sends it out to Payne. Payne wasn't able to get there. Stop it. Howard's got it. He takes a shot. And they get it out of the zone. Payne's going to take it in. Little toe drag there. Shot. And they stopped it. 10:55 to go in the game. Owensboro leads 8-0. All right, let's see. We have Baker and Kane Burke on D. We have Holder, McFarland, and Thomas Burke on offense. They were able to knock that one out of the zone. Kane Burke picks it up in the neutral zone, sends it back to Garrett Baker. Baker sends it up to McFarland. McFarland tips it, gets it in the offensive zone. Battle on the wall. Baker picks it up, sends it across ice to Burke. Whoa! They get a run out. Baker's going to catch him now. They got one away with from us. Puck was laying there. Jake didn't see it. And Baker flipped it up. Kid knocked it down, knocked it in. So with 9:40 to go in the game, Louisville Ice Cards score a goal. Owensboro leads 8-1. All right, Baker's going to pick this one back up on D. We have Bertuzzi, Revels, and Wilkins out on the ice now. Owensboro, no penalty on that trip. These refs have kind of swallowed their whistles tonight. All right, we have George Triplett back in. That's going to be an icing. I'll bring it to the other end. 7:53 to go in the game. Owensboro leads 8-1. All right, we have Payne, Howard, and Whited on offense. Triplett and Couture on D. Couture stops this one at the blue line. Takes it up, sends it in front of the net. Whited and Howard. Everybody's trying to shove it in. Puck's still loose. Triplett couldn't keep it at the blue line. Payne sends it back to Couture. Couture sends it across ice to Payne. Back to Howard. Up to Triplet. Triplet gets in the offensive zone. Sends it back into the corner. Whited picks it up. Sends it up to Payne. Payne takes a shot. Triplet stops it at the blue line. Sends it back towards the net. Howard's there. He takes a shot. Bounces off the goalie's pad. Triplet stops it at the blue line. Takes a shot. Goes wide left. Payne picks it up in the corner. Sends it back to Rebels. I think that was. Yeah. Now we have Lindsay back in. And Thomas Burke, Max Holder, Jackson Lindsay. Who else is in? And that goes. Yeah. We just scored a goal, and I'm pretty sure that was Josh Bertuzzi. So with 5:17 to go in the game, Orangeville takes a 9-1 lead over the Louisville Ice Cards. So we have Lindsay and Rebels on D. Holder to Tuesday. Lindsay to Holder. Gets it in the offensive zone. Offsides. I think that was on Thomas Burke. 4:49 to go in the game. Owensboro leads 9-1. Rebels sends it to Lindsay. Lindsay down to Holder. Up to Tuesday. Tuesday knocks it into the offensive zone. He gets knocked down. No call. Holder's fighting on the wall. Looking for the puck. Thomas Burke gets in there. A little muscle. And the Cards come up with it. Tuesday's able to knock it away. All right, 2:43 to go in the game. Owensboro leads 9-1. All right, we have Holder, Payne, Lindsay, Thomas Burke, and Dalton Revels on the ice for Owensboro. Lindsay to Revels. Ooh! Come on, guys, get it out of there. And there's your game. All right, Owensboro wins 9-1 over the Louisville Ice Cards. We play again in the morning in Lexington, so we'll be leaving here tonight, headed towards Lexington. We'll be playing the Lexington Bandits at 10:45 Central Time, I believe. And then we'll play the Lexington Thoroughbreds, which is an 18U travel team, at 1:45 p.m. Central Time tomorrow afternoon. Hopefully I'll be able to do a live broadcast. Have a good night. Go Rampage.